Good viewer, you are watching Xirtus. This is because Xirtus makes you feel good, makes you feel fulfilled. You are enjoying this. You will continue to watch Xirtus for a long time to come. You want to subscribe to Xirtus, and you will. You will like and subscribe and share. You will tell your friends. Tell your friends about Xirtus. Your friends will come to like Xirtus, much as you are liking this right now, as we speak. Thank you for subscribing to Xirtus. See, that was easy.
Hey, everybody, tune in to Recent Tartarians.
Recent Tartarians. Recent Tartarians. Recent Tartarian. Recent Tartarian.
Hey, everybody, tune in to Recent Tartarians.
Recent Tartarians. Recent Tartarian.
Well, if you survived the intro, then you are now watching Neuropa. Good to see you. I think Claus is hiding.
Here we
Are
are.
you okay? He doesn't want to schizophrenic. He doesn't want to have a breakdown or a seizure.
Yeah, that intro is only for the battle hardened, I guess.
He was thinking to himself, he's like, we're going to talk about frequencies and healing. And then he saw those frequencies. And he's like, I better go get my frequency healer on. I didn't realize that was what we were going to go through. Well, how are you doing, Ralph?
Thanks, I'm doing fine. I'm excited for the show. We've been talking about this for a time, and I know you've been doing quite some shows on, how did you call it? Real science, I guess, is one of the terms.
Yeah.
And
we should join one of these nights. I know it's like late for you, but we'll try to get you with the Canada
definitely.
show.
So the whole idea is just to do an intro with Claus today, because he's dealing maybe with some similar things, and I hope the both of you will have all the expertise to uncover that exactly, and also help me to understand what exactly is actually going on with this frequency stuff.
Great. Well, so Claus, would you like to? Guten Abend, by the way.
Guten Abend, und give Arnold Schwarzenegger a nice wish for me.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Any Austrian who does well for himself, I say, good for them. How are you? Would you like to tell us a bit about yourself and your work and research?
I start with for a long time. After I have problem with my body, I have accidents in a lake here, and I was 26 years, and so one friend died, and in this moment start I have not good feeling and come sick. So this is the short message how I can give. When I go in this area and give only one doctor what can help me, and he told me for 40 years, Klaus, in 40 years we make healing with frequency, and I will do what my doctor say, and that's why I do it.
So what was it that he said to do? He said to use frequencies, or what was his instructions?
No. My area coming for different ways. So I work with the Life Extension in Miami, the headquarters before, and make with supplements and all in German, Austria, and Switzerland. And so I come in the way for health, no? And yes, I try to understand with like these books, no, from Life Extension, what can the different products help the people. And
what are there for?
Mm-hmm.
You said there are 4 ills, or you said there are 4?
Yeah, this is before I start with the frequency.
Okay, but what are the 4?
Yeah. So and I try and be now coming to be next year 60 years, and for 40 just a moment please. How I can say this, for 14 years I stopped my work in this area with supplements and with medicine products and all. I sell in German, Austria, over in the pharmacy stores, and I have a call center, and because when you come too big, you must go to go with some organizations. So they want
So if you allow me, Klaus, I can briefly recount the story from the way you've told me, just to summarize
okay.
it.
You can
So,
make it.
in a very simple sense, so this is, for example, one company that Klaus was affiliated with. This is now a long time ago already. I guess they are one of those doing all kinds of supplements. And Klaus was just quite successful in the German-speaking region for some time in terms of advertising different effective products. But of course, once you get to a certain size, you potentially attract the attention of other big market players, and yeah, they may or may not like you. And basically he moved on eventually from marketing different supplements that proved to be effective to now, let's say, eventually, finally, at the frequency level, and that's what he's researching and developing right
so
now.
I stay with the biggest yellow press and how I say this, with the organization where I make advertising, but I'm not the guy what stay in the pharmacy, so I must I need 3 lowers only for a small business like me, and so for 14 years I say is enough, and because I cannot enter in this market anymore because they want I must go to organizations. I can tell you this only free from soul is the Freemasonry, and yes, I don't do it, and I become every time more and more, and I tell them, okay, I never sell my soul.
So you think they were more open-minded in the past and they've become more Americanized, or what's the reason that they're not listening to you?
Yeah, my the mentality here in German in German Austria is one, is very difficult, like in USA. And
I guess
USA
generally people would say in Europe is more conservative, I guess, in a way, no,
yes.
or slower.
Well, it seems like, so when I was younger, I remember in Austria when I was like 10 or 13, sometime in there, visiting Austrians who were very interested in homeopathy, natural solutions over surgeries, over pharmaceuticals, over doctors. And when I've been there more recently, in the last 4 or 5, it was like 6 or 7 years ago, people are it just seems like people are far more American, more interested in hospitals, more interested in pills, more interested in pharmaceuticals and everything like that.
Yeah. The money system is different in German, because German is the headquarter for the pharmacy. French is it for the how you say, all what is to be nice in the body, the perfumes and all this. But the headquarter is Austria, German, Austria, Switzerland. So this, when I stay for a long time go in the Walmart, so it's very easy to buy a 3 milligram melatonin. For us, in after 10 years, even it's not allowed here. All the people know it's healthy when you be over 45. It's good when you take it sometimes, so you can play in different way here, but you have more open mind in USA. You have not the enemy what you don't see, because here in German Austria is every time the lawyers go behind, they look you and keep you behind the knife in the back. So
we definitely have an insane pharmaceutical grasp on the United States, like a marvelously horrifying opiate epidemic that's been, in some ways made worse by fentanyl, but in some ways made better in a sense, because people were addicted to opiate pills all over the United States and there was this pharmaceutical grasp on them. And now it's like this is the beginning of a displacement of their monopoly, because that's the thing they had. They had a monopoly. I mean, like it's chaos, and chaos is bad, but it's hard not to say like the thing that it's chaos over. Like the order was almost worse, you know.
Yeah. For me only is the how I say the message. You know, I do nothing in this was this very high qualification. You know, I do only this old, what is old. I fix it together. It's my work. You know, I see something here, I see something there, and after the idea coming, and when it's from the heart and say this is a good way, I do it. Yeah, and so we do it in an easy way. You know, this is very easy, and it's not expensive.
That's the energy thing. Those
This
frequencies.
is for the frequency. We have one spool inside and a generator.
Okay.
We work in two different ways. We have we make it very easy so everybody can understand it,
Right.
and not the user must not sit in one place. He can go around like here when I sit in the kitchen and I have and it's run. So I
Right.
must not, or I can stay in the sleep room, I can stay in the wound room, I look my video, I can walk, and after this walk only, I only do it like this. I show you this. So we have a app, yeah, only we open the app and I go, so we have for programs what you can use is over to 2,500. This is 2,500. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not really possible to see the screen.
2,500 special frequency programs. Yeah, but very easy to handle it, and
then it sends the program to the device, and it runs that frequency. That's awesome. So it can do all kinds of frequencies, and you have it already set to an index of any program you want to run. So wait, but before we get into that, you started out not interested in frequencies, and you heard about them. Well, how did that happen? How did you get introduced to this idea?
Yeah, you know, the life is very special. Some people have special life, you know, and for me, I have interest for some things, you know, and I do it. Yeah, and this is the book, you know, frequency therapy, and the Dr. Royal Raymond Graff. Yeah, before I never heard it. Yeah, for this guy, but the Dr. Hulda Clark, for my way how I have the problem, I use some products for her, and I start talking with her. And for the parasites, how they call it, for the parasites, what stay in the body, what must not go inside animals, you know, and bacteria and virus and all this
Parasites, yeah.
Parasites, yeah. And hello, Mr. George.
No, I fear he froze.
You might be frozen. All right, we'll take two. We'll give him a second. Cheers.
And so I have to talk with her sometimes, and she has the same problem like me. Hello, Mr. George. Nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to see you too.
And this old woman, I discuss sometimes with her, because the low and she have the same problem with the low like me. That's why she must go outside from Germany this time. You know, she go to England. Yeah, but she make schon they call it zapper with small electro impulse what make the animals dead. So only I can say it.
Yeah, people just mentioned it in the chat. David and Melissa, they talk about parasite zapper. Yeah. I never even heard about this, but I guess this is what you're talking about.
Genau. And so it's this one party when I start to use it and make and so coming the interest more, and after also small puzzle stay together, and I say, okay, I will do it. Before for 5 years or so, and we start with this project, and now we go in the market. We have enough people now. I have doctors, I have different therapists, I have people therapists what's coming from Switzerland and stay in Thailand and give in the small village everywhere a pyramid. And after, very easy or very funny for this. And the people call me, and they do it in every small village. And after 10, 12 days, they come back. So all the sick people they do inside, make a special program for them. And after, in 10 days, they watch them and ask them, interview them, how you feel. And after they go and make the programs even more and even more in the point we are. And sometimes he called me on 12 in the night and asked me and say, Klaus, this can really be? Yes, can be. Real.
Okay, so just to understand this, so this means there's actually people in Thailand who have this device that you developed?
No, this was only one sample. We have one terabyte have a guy in Alaska. He's a soldier what stay in Afghanistan, and they have really, how to say when they vergiften
poison,
toxin, too much
poisoning through toxins,
toxin, and after he feel not more good, and so the pyramid stay in Alaska by this guy, by a soldier, and he come well back, So the time for us is good, and the feedback is good, and now I can go slowly, little more, and I want not sell it like before. So it's not more only for the money. That's why we make the small clip. Yeah, this is even the pyramid is to stand in, and when you come home, you very easy. You have your programs, you start it and finish. And that is the clue for people. What have how I can say, the people go to the doctor and 20 years long, even they have COPD, and 20 years long they become the same medicament, nothing come better. So I have people, even for my friends, they have it 20 years long. They get the pyramid, in 8 days he can keep the medicaments down. So, and now he stay in the bicycle and travel around Croatia and everywhere. So this is fine, and some doctors, they want not to talk with me because they make homeopathic and is little more to check this out. Here I have all the sickness inside. I know when I have a broken elbow, I must do it inside. Or I have back problem, I must do the back problem inside, and so is it easy, So the next thing what we do is we classify the app in 3 parts, so that people can start use it slowly, and the mind must not explode because it's too much programs, but slowly before he stay in the green station, after he come in the yellow, and now after he's therapeutic, come in the red one, for them it's good. But before they must learning by doing what's going on with the body, what's going on with all. I have 80 years old woman what stay in the university clinic, all is a friend of them in the same age, all is very good. She have how you call it? She feel not good in the morning when she stand up. The heart run not in the right way. You know, esosol. We say to this, no? When and so the friends for her, they say she must live with this. She is too old. I give her. He's a friend of mine. She is my astrology, 24, 5 years long. And now, 6, 7 days, all is okay. You know what they told them? Why they go in the university when she cannot help her? And this is the second problem what we have now. That is the second problem.
I think the problem with the universities is they usually have too many degrees there, but that's just a pun to what you said earlier.
When you can help somebody,
George, you had a question?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Hello, everyone. Hi, Klaus. Hi, Andreas.
Hello.
Hi, Rafael. What if I use the pyramid for, let's say, 1 month every day, and then I stop using it? How do I feel? How am I after? Do I need it? Is there like something like an effect of like when somebody takes some medicaments and then you stop it and then you feel the lack of the medicament, and then with using the frequencies, you are making the situation better of someone who has, for example, a psychological problem, or someone who has some pain in the hand or pain in the heart or in the body. What happens if I stop using it in my psychology, and what happens if to my body if I stop using it?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. So first thing is this is to help people in a different way. How is in the school medicine, you know? So when you have in the first problem, what is more than this, yeah. So you cannot abrupt go out of the treatment with the doctor. You only can say, okay, I have something what helped me with energy, and after you must clear it with the doctor. You know, so when what is for the psyche, yeah, and when you stay for a long time or a longer time in a treatment with the doctor, you cannot stop it like this. You must, even when you feel it, you know, go in moment very good, and tomorrow I have nothing, you know, is to look for this what you had before. So what we give is the information where you must stay, you know. When it's not, when
So
it's
maybe Klaus,
when
to your
it's not
question.
enough, when it's not enough for the treatment what you do with the frequency, yeah, you fall back, you know. So pain is no problem, because you know when the pain is more back, you know, I must use it more, yeah. But the finish must be this, to be 100% well, back in the optimal Zustand, oder wie sagt man Zustand?
Optimal state.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just imagine that the optimal state, we're so gradually brought away from the optimal state that we're able to survive the incremental changes. But if you were someone from the optimal state, and it would be like completely different radio waves that might disintegrate you. Who knows, right?
Really?
I mean, maybe I can recount one example you told me, Klaus, about the parrot. I think Martin's parrot, where you talked in Papagei.
Yeah.
Mit the Frequenz, yeah. So I'll just recount because I think this addresses your question, George. So there is one user who had has a parrot, but living in Germany, and the parrot then get some kind of infection or something regularly.
Pills.
Some fungal infection, yeah. And yeah, not sure what to do about it. And then they were using the frequencies, the frequencies helped, the thing, whatever infection went away. However, in this case, when stopping the use of the frequencies, the infection or the fungal infection came back. And why is that? The simple explanation would be because, of course, the environment is not really suitable for the parrot. So maybe this could also be an answer, whether one would need to use any supplement or any technology consistently. Well, you only need to do it consistently if you also still have the negative influence at the same time consistently happening to you. If you remove the negative influence, then I don't need any supplement, any help, any frequency to boost myself. The only question is, very practically, can I remove myself from all the negative influences living in this world right now? I guess it's pretty difficult. And then it's probably a thing, how much or little you want to use it, or how you feel what you want to use for yourself.
Yeah, there is a discipline. The discipline you need to use this tool to get better. That's why I was making this question. Can this device somehow bring me also the discipline to keep myself healthy after using it?
Yeah, but one thing what he forget to say, yeah, for the fungi, what the bird have, yeah, the two birds, yeah, they are 35 years old, yeah, and they coming not from German, they are from Congo.
So they are not the physical environment. I understand.
Yeah, the climate is different in Congo. So if they have the climate here, he finished this with the frequency and it's okay.
I understand. Yes.
This come back, because he's not the right.
So the parrot using the device felt like home.
Yeah.
Okay, I
when
understand
the cell structure, when the cell structure in the right energy level stay is optimal, the optimum.
The optimum, yes.
Yes, you cannot go over.
I would think that would be a nice solution for bees, and we could help some people that make honey to keep the bees in a good frequency these days. We have problem with the bees, so I would definitely reach out all the beekeepers to install a machine like that when they're making honey. So
so
the bees feel home wherever they are.
Yeah, but people can laugh for this, Maybe they're laughing for this. But I have customers what buy the frequency pyramids. They have the chicken farm. Yes, because they have the
I'm referring to this example.
Yeah, and they're very happy with this, All when it's in one house, they have 2,500 chicken. But they work with this, They have the programs finished. I have people what work for the dog, for the cat, all different.
Yes, I have heard about the Schumann frequency. That if we play some Schumann frequency where the bees are, so the bees feel very good and they're very healthy and they produce. So I would suppose that the pyramid has an effect that works to a distance, right? I don't know how long is the distance that the pyramid works.
3 meters in radius and 6 meters in the line.
Okay, I understand. Okay, so you would need like every 3-4 beehives, like a pyramid or something.
Yeah, but we what I said before, every health when people are clever, they must have a feeling what is good for oneself, because when you say now the supplements, we can say from Dr. Linus Pauling, he get the Nobel Prize 2 times, and when he do it like this is my products, vitamin C, he say the body need 2.8 grams every day. the doctor in Austria and German say, this is, you can use it, but it cannot help you anything. Anyway.
But this is very difficult for normal people to keep in track with how many point something vitamins you have to take every day. So most of the people don't care and they laugh at it. But is there a guidance of your pyramid or the stick, like a suggestion how it should be used? I mean, for sure it is, but can you share with us what is the best way to, if we take, and for example, if you send me this stick, what's the best way to use it in order for me to
the first thing,
use it in a nice way so that I get the best out of it?
Look, I have for the university doctor, woman have 3 jobs. Every day in the night, she give her the power frequency in different ways. And she have power, she go walk. What is the priority what you want to do? Is so a lot of frequency inside. So people can use it.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. But
so what you need, you look for it, and then there is a guidance. Okay, I have this problem. How do I use it in order to? How often do I need to use it? Okay, so there is frequency-wise usage.
But when we talk for a label, the layers, people need in the first step vitamins, aminos, B complex, even minerali, and all this. Now, you know what the people need in the first is enough. What the body need, and this is silicium, calcium, all these things. Step is the first label. The second label is colloidal element,
colloidal elements.
Monoatomic element, information, small particle is stay long time in the body. Like gold make happy man.
I want to recount this briefly, Klaus, because funnily enough or whatever, you actually know the guy. There is a very interesting guy in Germany by the name of Martin, and they are doing for a very long time monoatomic gold. And long time ago, even long before I knew Klaus, I got a bottle of it because monoatomic gold is all the rage, right? And what I did, they actually offered for like $2 to buy a study. And of course, how to verify a study, but it was a very interesting read because it basically described how with the monoatomic gold, when it's properly produced, it actually only has, I believe, 4/9 of the weight. So it's kind of losing some of its weight somehow. And at least the way it was described in the paper was something like a super element, or literally, I think it said a superconductor or something. And the way they described it was like, these elements then find places in your body. And because they are, I would say, half ethereal or half already in the astral realm, for lack of a better term, they actually cannot be destroyed anymore because you're saying it stays for a long time. The way it was described for the monoatomic gold, it even says it basically stays in your body forever. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But it was just like, it's very interesting. And it almost seemed like it creates like a superconductivity network within your body to help it communicate or something. It's really fascinating stuff.
Yeah, and when you have not enough copper by inside, or so the electricity cannot work in the right way. This is really impulse and
right. So what you're saying, just to be clear, then it's also, and I guess this on the, let's say, potentially detrimental side, this would also relate to any type of electromagnetic fields that are disturbing. And so then again, depending on which type of elements and what quality of elements, let's say, for example, do I have many toxic heavy metals in my body, or do I have a lot of monoatomic gold and colloidal elements in my body? Depending on that, my body will have a different resonance likely and will probably react differently, maybe even, let's say, to a high electromagnetic negative radiation in a city, but in the same way it could react differently to a positive frequency. But it's like depending what elements and what quality of elements is in my body in terms of how strong or how good something will work. Is it like this?
Yeah,
Is this correct?
this is a little different because the people must understand you have metals, in the body, and they give active metals and they give dangerful metals. You know, when you when sometimes when people ask me, private, what I can do when they have cancer. So I can say, okay, I cannot invite you official, but I can talk with you person to person. And SITS is number one. It's germanium, colloidal.
Germanium, yeah.
I have tried that. It's very good for the linkages.
Yeah, and gold. And after the supplement, the Gerstengrass vulva.
Gerstengrass. Yeah, this is
very hard to.
Just to explain, this is, I believe, it's not barley. Maybe it's barley, the wheatgrass, something along those lines. One of those wheatgrass powder.
Yeah, wheatgrass. Gersten.
I think it's barley. Guess it's barley. I think.
And this is the second step. With this one and with the frequency, we stay in the number 3, in the step 3. And after, in the step 4, is homeopathic. So when you get the right programs, and this the people feel, after this move, the problem move. Yeah. And when some people have what stay long and is not, how I say, acute, inflammable, or wie sagt man da?
Emergency.
Emergency, yeah. So this take longer time. People must work with this. Yeah, can be faster or not, but the people feel it in the first 1 week. And when people have rhinitis like this, this in 10 minutes. They put it inside, 10 minutes, they open
I feel the same with colloidal silver because I use it I use it regularly. So I have a spray and I inhale it, and after a few minutes, my problem is gone. When I do sound therapy, when I do sound treatment to my people that come to me for sound treatment, I suggest them to drink water because the water in the body helps a lot with moving these frequencies in the body better, and also after. So I suppose that drinking water is very good for using the device. And also, of course, if the water is the proper water, like I don't know if the colloidal silver has to be there, but I like to suggest distilled water, so clean water with nothing inside.
Really? You don't go with the mineral water thing?
Yeah,
I'm a big mineral water guy. I don't know.
So that what you're drinking is not good at all, my friend.
Probably not. I get the feeling that
but I like the star you have on it, Andreas. It's a nice,
For sure.
Nice symbolism.
Yeah, I like the downwards pointed triangle one that the Coca-Cola company makes better, or Topo Chico's pretty good. I don't know what that one is. Point is, mineral water's got all these minerals in it so that it helps move things around, right? If you don't have minerals in it, it's harder for things to bond, and minerals help pick up things. So wouldn't you like to use minerals? I mean, isn't that a big thing with the health of plants? When you grow plants, it's better to give them mineral water than distilled water because they need nutrients and something
I've heard several scientists saying that dead things in the water need to be filtered from your filter's body system. So you better drink distilled water, and if you want to put something organic inside, it has to be alive. Like put something like some fruits or some herbs inside, so then you get something from it. So if you dead things in the water, like the minerals you said, these need to be cleaned from your body, so your body has more work to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just, because I'm also into this topic, and just everyone, because this is of course no advice or anything, you have to ask your doctor if you have a really good doctor.
My personal, it's just personal experience.
Of course. So what I just
for
mentioned,
me, I do it like this. I only make it with the information there. Yeah.
That's another
After
layer.
I give this up in the pyramid and finish.
Yeah, so just to point out the other side of the story, what some people then say is actually what's supposedly one of the best is if you have alkaline water, and if actually it does contain minerals. So there's a huge contention about whether distilled water is the best or not, or whether, maybe there's particular times when you should be using it. Over the long term, well, anyone can only make up their own minds which type of water you eventually need. I just know that this is a huge contention. Best thing is everyone try it yourself. See what type of water tastes the best for you, where you really feel that you're starting to be thirsty again. That's maybe the best marker, actually. If you drink different waters, especially if you don't drink so much, and then you try, let's say, alkaline mineralized water, distilled water, whatever else, your body, if you have some connection to it, you will notice, okay, which type of water do I need now, and what is the best thing in the long term. That's probably
it's little different, when you stay in USA, in some parts, it's different, like you stay in Greenland, or in Austria. We in Austria, we're happy, for the water. When this for the mountain and all, how we very happy for our water.
Yeah, you can alkalize the water.
Americans started getting into vitamin pills and mineral tablets around the time that they started the water treatment facility.
That's exactly from what I've heard. That's exactly the wrong thing to do. You better put some lemon inside, then your water is alkalized, and some salt and lemon, and then you have it. So no tablets.
When you're talking about radio frequencies, the idea also of how big can this be? Because you could have a city, right, that's covered with this radio frequency, and is that something that you think that we're living in the effects of already, right?
Yeah, for about people, the cities, the big cities in USA is a lot of big cities. This is not to handle it in the right way. Like here, when we stay in the village, the people can go outside and drink the water. Maybe not more now, but for 10 years it's okay, no? But
like we have radios, even not even talking about like 5G or anything, just like think about like radio waves and the VLF band from radio is being pushed from military and eventually media systems, just pushing the radio. We have affected, all of our, even regardless of the Schumann resonance, we've affected all of our natural radio waves, and we see whales changing their pitch because of our radio waves. So how much of it is, you're talking about making a machine that can help realign to the better state, like the more perfected state. But how much of it is that we have machines that are doing the opposite of that are pushing us away from that natural state?
I have a question. Can you overuse the pyramid or the thing? Is there a way so that it's too much?
Yeah, no, because we go in the optimal in the therapeutic frequencies. We stay in the optimal for the how to say, for the cell, But
so you can have it. You can have it working all the time, and that will not.
It's help you not
affect something.
You must give the information in a short way. You give the information for one program in a day, maybe in 40 minutes to 50 minutes. After all,
so there is a limit. So there is a limit that it has to work. It's not running all the time.
The only one way, what is to be careful, and I have a lot of therapeutic people what say, I'm very clean, I'm very healthy, I do all for my life before, and now we go inside with the frequency for clean the body, clean the liver, clean all, yeah, for parasites, for all this. After they go and vomit when it's too much, and they go in the WC, but they're
The
so
toilet.
clean. No, the toilet, yeah, and they're so clean. No, it's not. This
So
is
don't
the
need
problem.
no need to do an ayahuasca retreat anymore, guys.
Yeah, this is not the most of people don't know what is it. We
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, it's famous.
yeah. Okay, man. I have. Now, good. When I be young, I travel sometimes in different places, and the doctor give me a special medicament that they call it egnatol, and in this time, is when you take one pack for these 12 pieces, like this 3 days ayahuasca. you talk with people and they stand near you, and your friend talk with these people, but after they speak, make woof and finish. They go in another dimension.
So
It's
are
like a
you planning to make a
psychedelic drug
bigger
they gave
pyramid?
you.
Yeah.
Huh?
Are you planning to make a bigger pyramid from the ones you have now, like bigger sizes?
Yeah, maybe if you for to test something, yeah.
Well, see, again with my question that did they already do that, and is that basically what our society's environmental effects are machines that are affecting the frequencies of people just on negative ways? They're not harmonizing; they're going the opposite.
This is your you know it. You come from this. The problem is when you give information, yeah, outside, yeah, is in a spectrum, and when you go one octave, you for the musician, when you go one deeper, they're much not together. The information is another one like this.
Disharmonized, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
But
No,
isn't that kind of
it's not so easy to understand what he said. He means if that's the frequency of the harmful, then you have a completely different octave, so it's in another
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. It's like two radio when you have radio. One is FM, and the another one is in the the Russian style. Maybe they cannot communicate it together, and it's
there might be static,
yes, it's
the line.
going not.
Yeah, and even
not
just the
in
idea of
one way.
like modulated synth waves versus pure synth waves, these square things. So the idea that your whole body is, if its particles at all are held together with waves, and so those waves are a frequency set, and if you're affecting those frequency sets, but maybe everyone's frequency sets are only different because of this Tower of Babel circumstance. Why are people so different? I mean, maybe people started out with, it would seem that you would come from your parents, you're trained a certain way. There should be a little bit more harmonization amongst the species. Whales, bees, bird, like most other things,
They
aren't as
sing more than
crazy
humans. Maybe that's why.
as humans.
We have some people.
Oh, like you've never heard Gregorian chants.
We have some people
Not
that
enough.
use it and don't help. Some people
Maybe
use it and don't help. But what is karma? That is the problem. What is karma, and what is how they call it by the Ahnen? Wie sagt man bei the Ahnen?
Ancestor, like ancestor stuff, ancestors, ancestor karma or something. Yeah.
You can not use it outside and say it's helpful, but for me, 80%. I every time can say 80% help. It's good.
80%, yeah. So one thing I would like to understand, because I even read it, and maybe Andreas, you know what it means, or Claus can explain it. So on the website it says in German it means rechteckig gepulst, so square pulse or something. Or George, maybe you can relate to this. How can these things be pulsed?
Square wave? It's
what
a
does that
square
mean?
wave pulse. It's a square wave transmission.
Yeah, you know it better like me,
Yes, because I do sound design.
They how the information gets. Yeah.
So imagine you have a signal like this, it goes up, and then the signal is off, it goes down. So it's
Yeah,
like,
richtig gut.
yeah, the
Genau.
picture you have it over there.
Yeah.
It has to do with the attack of the time and the release of the time of the sound. So it's very sudden, and very sudden goes again. So it's not smooth. I will make a tone with my voice now. It's like, ooh. So that's a sine wave, and the square wave would be like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah. But with this information, the people will, when you talk with them, with people for the street, or
but we're not on the street, Klaus. Don't worry, Klaus. We're in the expert room now. All people in the chat, they know at least something about this. So.
And after, I call it like this, you have the round, it's like you touch you very smooth, And after, wie sagt man,
Triangle.
You say wake up slowly, slowly. And rechteckig,
square.
Yeah, you say, come on, jetzt. Let's do it. And crisscross is even, I give it. But
you can feel that. That's what I'm saying. Like, so with using modulated synths, we're constantly using square waves. And so natural analog waves tend to be pure sine waves are perfect tubes, which are tubular, dude. But square waves have problems because, as you said, it kind of can berate. And this is why it's used in weaponry, active denial systems, the ADS systems for the military, but also for your microwave, right? Which is using a square wave pulse at 2.4. I forget what it is. It's like 2.4 gigahertz or something like that, because the water frequency in the microwaved items are hit by that frequency, which is the same frequency that you really would have if you had water, which is why you kind of want a Faraday cage around your microwave or not one at all. But, like the point being, it seems like we're creating a lot of these radio waves. Like people just started talking about it with 5G, and it's not that big of a deal if you think about everything else that's ever come before it, or it's just the culmination of everything that's come before it. There's all of this stuff, and people are like, why but there's enough reason to look into it. I think that we should say, hey, there's huge systems that are probably really similar in technology to your box, just way bigger, and then they're producing the wrong frequencies. And if we can check what frequencies are coming out of these machines compared to what frequencies are available, I mean, we might know a lot about their effects.
For me, I understand now what you say, maybe the half.
Why do you use square waves?
But I said something, what is reality? What is reality?
In terms of the objective reality or our perception of it?
The reality is when somebody believes something, and when it's the music after in colors, and when I give the souls from the people with different colors, so is the resonance. And maybe in give one time after the people what I have a good friend what is a healer, Indio from Malaysia, from Borneo. He's from Borneo, and he showed me things and never I can believe, and other people can't believe what he do. He's small like this, 43 kilo, drink two bottle whiskey with me, and smoke weed. He come from the jungle, But he never asked any question if this can be or cannot be. He do it. And this was the strange thing. Yeah.
So just for everyone to understand, so he's doing like psychic surgery or something, or what is he doing, or like pulling stuff out of people, or
he's shaman. He heal people He show people demons, angels, all. He take you by the hand and say, okay, look it. Finish. 15 years I have it in my sight. Yeah. Yeah, but it's okay. All right. You know, our world is much bigger like we think. And for the one is this right, and for the another one is this right. We know nothing, because even the people don't know even what is round pulsing, what is dreieckig, viereckig, how work, how much, how this work together, and what effect have this. I don't know. People like Raymond Rife, they give all the power, all the mind inside for 100 years, and have a lot of enemies, you know. So
They do. I have something to bring from Greece. There is in Greek monuments, you always see on the top of the building square roundings all around the buildings.
yeah, Portura, yeah.
I was always thinking that this one is not just for beauty. I think that in the past they had something on it and they were using it with electricity, and maybe it was light, or maybe it was a device of curing people going into these buildings, because it looked very technical. So it's, and then I wanted to ask you why you used square waves, because also this beauty thing on the buildings, it's also a very square thing going around the buildings.
Yeah.
So it's like you put, today we put in the buildings, we put cables all around everywhere, so we have electricity, and maybe they did it in a different way. So that's why they were using all these squares all around, and we think today it's art or culture or whatever.
Yeah, this is the way why we do it. Why we do it here with the silicium. Silicium we keep inside. This make it stronger, the information.
Yeah. So the square waves you're using is because why didn't you use sine waves, which other treating devices are using sine waves? I have a treating device that uses sine waves. Why did you choose? Thank you for the picture. Exactly. Look at this picture. This is maybe something that was in painted in copper or in gold, and then you could have maybe put some electricity on it, and then maybe that would be a circuit. So this is just maybe a stupid idea now, but it came to me because you said you're using square waves to heal.
Yeah.
So it's in Greek it's called meandros, or meander in English.
But look, this one, I make it like this, you know, even with easy things, you know, outside. Yeah. I test it. Sometimes I test things.
Maybe these were all these things were actually healing codes and not architectural showing off of what we can build. Maybe they were using these things.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, you see for the whole the swastika. I mean, do you see this how big it's go? The way how they build this building is one with how I say is this is knowledge what they never can do it now.
Yeah. Exactly. Look at these holes. Maybe they would pour some liquid metal in there, you know, and then they could do things with it. It's just I'm not watching sci-fi movies. It's just I have a lot of fantasy.
No, you must not watch sci-fi movies, because all what we have here in this world, is more than all sci-fi movie together. When people
I'll just throw in a little nanotech for you there, right? Like the nanogamadians, right?
Thank you, Andreas. I was just requesting this to you psychically, so thank you.
I was like, I probably shouldn't like comment because there's so many things you're saying that I don't know enough about to know more. But then you're like saying, you're saying like, oh, it's crazy, it's sci-fi. Oh no, I'm like, well, dude, don't worry. I went through the exact same thing in school. They're like, dude, it's called the Gamadian now. It's not a swastika, it's a Gamadian, which sounds more Greek, by the way. A Gamadian? Like, what are they even doing right now?
But the swastika, they have it all in the world.
No. We're calling it the Gamadian. That's but that's in school because like the deal is if you make a nano turbine, you're gonna want a turbine to be if light hits this turbine, it's a photonic turbine, right? So it starts spinning. So it's a perfect nano structure. So there's a lot of reasons why that shape appears all over nature.
So yeah.
Thank
you for the inspiration because of your square waves.
Very nice, no? But I can tell you where this swastika is even by us here in Lamberg City, where I go up in the church inside. Mr. Adolf.
Now I know what it was.
Because he go in my home country, a small village, in the school. After they drive him outside, but this is more than 1,000 years old in the wall. The swastika.
I think it was the hitting system. That's how they were hitting their balls and their buildings. That's why it's everywhere. It was warming up.
Yeah.
So Parthenon was a sauna.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's always a movie.
I mean, this is anyhow where we can maybe, round it off or connect it. Of course, I mean, this is Neuropa in any case. And already, George, thank you for bringing up the whole patterns. This looks really nice also. Yeah, and to connect it with the whole, I mean,
look at what she's holding right there. That's the Saint Mary, and she's holding the cross, like this labyrinth cross, and it's clearly a Gamadian, right? And this is also not just so this painting was reused recently in this video game I found, Pentiment, which is like it's an Xbox game where you get to play as Andreas Mahler, like a scripter, right as the Gutenberg press is coming, and you're gonna have to leave your scriptorium.
Wait, what's the name? The game again? I have to play this. What's it called again?
You really do.
This is this. You're right. You already mentioned it, and then
I've been ranting and raving. It's so good.
I'll get it.
It literally, the entire game looks like you're made out of illuminated manuscript icons, and everyone who speaks, no one speaks. They just write, and they write, and each one has their own calligraphy.
The picture from Nuremberg, what is from the century 50.
Yeah, this guy's from Nuremberg, but actually they're in some little town instead of Nuremberg, just outside of Nuremberg. It makes the story that much more interesting. It's about peasants. It's pretty great. You got to play this game. I don't want to ruin it for you if you're going to ever play it because it's actually freaking brilliant. But the point is, they go to Germany, they find all of these Roman ruins that they're living on top of. There's all sorts of swastikas and labyrinths and Mithra temples and things like that. They kind of find out that that's built on top of even older settlements as well. And that the whole reason why the town works is because there's a church built on top of that's running the old sewage system. So that's why these towns are only existing because they're on top of the remnants of older towns that had built infrastructure, and they have the last monopoly of infrastructure.
We have here in Austria one special professor for the university. The name is Professor Dr. Kusch. And this guy, he make over 40 years look underworld and the tunnels. And he find him, and every people talk from that battery is 3,500 years old. Yeah, but he find in Austria one is 40,000 years old. So
in Krems also in Krems there is somewhere a place with illuminated places, and
yes,
in Krems very close to Vienna.
Europe's amazing. You just drive around and you have to turn around because you get to a point in the road where they're digging it out because they found some ancient Tartarian pottery or it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, worldwide. When the Russian people have stones with what is 1,800 tons. 1,800 tons.
Right.
And also, because
Yeah,
someone
everywhere.
pointing it out, there is also this strange connection between
Hmm.
underground
But
and the
this one,
water, right?
the one
Yes,
picture,
there's a
they're
lot
coming.
underwater.
The one picture they're right under here. They're coming from USA. What is the best special people from to make what is tunnel?
To make,
Tunnel, yeah, tunnel.
I guess, boring. You even call it boring,
Yeah,
no? When you're making a tunnel, it's boring, right? Is that
Yeah.
a proper word?
Yeah. Boring a
and
tunnel.
they say they never can do it. Even now, they never can do it.
When I see
Yeah,
this always
this
reminds me of the Stargate SG-1, where they have the the Goa'uld and the Tok'Renek, which are the army against them, the Tok'Renek, and they have this device, and then suddenly it can make a tunnel out of a crystal, immediately, and I'm like,
Yeah,
this is kind of what they had, it seems.
but when you get messages like it it's all what is in Egypt, in Isis, Osiris, and all he find is only 30,000 years older. He find the statue only 30,000 years older. He found it. He dig it outside here in Steiermark.
Do you
So
know, did they do carbon dating, or how did they determine how old it is? This is something we have to look into more,
they
I guess.
make it because they have in this where they dig it, they have even um, pieces of mammoth and all. They in every step where they go in every step where they go down, they can all. And one is very interesting. Does it look like Isis or they call it how I call it? He call it nun. Yeah. Anyway, this have a color is like big like this, and 1 gram of this color is in the moment $160,000. What I heard, 1 gram for this color, yellow color, special color, very expensive, and this the date is 45,000 years old. Yeah, it's very good when people look this, and himself say he never can sure the people really outside because that they can't believe. They say all is only crazy, but they sure all. So we know nothing. We only play here with different things. We play with the small things. It's nothing. In 50 years, you people stay. I know more. For me, it's okay. Maybe in 50 years, okay. 45 more. Let me check now. Yeah,
Right.
when you use our frequency, you can do it. 30 years, 50 years, 80 years, okay. 85 years past. Yeah. So,
All right.
good.
Yeah, I don't know. Andreas or George, do you have any more questions, or Klaus, anything else that we haven't
Yeah,
brought
I
up?
only want to say we stay in this book inside with our pyramid in the book frequency therapy, and yes, can help
Thank you for your answers. Thank you for your information, Klaus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. I give not much information. Is all what we do. Give it before we make it. Maybe only better, and for everybody can use it. And this is my order. Yeah? Easy. Only they must make a studium. They say, okay, I have now leg problem. They do it inside, or I have different things. They can use it outside from the app.
Having an app that has all of the frequencies stored and indexed in a way that you can run through and know what they are is really impressive and useful. That's something that can step us all forward rather quickly.
Yeah, so PSA, at least from what I know so far, most devices that currently exist are quite limited in the frequencies they use. They may have good reasons for it. They choose it particularly. Yeah. But in this example, or what Claus has developed is just pretty cool. You have to go to healing-balance.com is the website. He linked up, yes. The interesting thing is just there's so many frequencies in there, whereas others are not so open with giving away all kinds of frequencies, and here it's just all included. And I can only say, I'm obviously not making any claims. I only have one feedback from one particular friend, and he basically had something akin to chronic back pain or something. And then I recommended some things to him, which helped somewhat. And then with this, he claimed at least even within a single day, he had a massive improvement. Yeah. But anyway, so I think the main thing is, everyone check the things out for yourself, do your own research. But even here, and just to mention, since we are talking obviously about something that you've developed, you're even saying that if people don't like it, they can even give it back within a month. No? Maybe just that's relevant for everyone to know also. Yeah, if it really doesn't work, like as you said, for 80% it works, maybe for 20% it doesn't work. So I think that's, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's sweet. There's a trial, so if you don't like it, you can get it.
And we give a support, yeah. And this sometimes it's very funny because when I work with doctors, they want to go in another way, in a different way, because I see it, they won't go in another way, but we have the state is not so, how we can call it,
it is not incredibly supportive of technologies and things which are not supremely expensive and can generate massive amounts in social security payments. Yes, that's usually the issue.
We on the start, yeah, for the old technology. Yeah.
Okay, if I may, I'm holding an aventurine stone, which is very good for prosperity, and I wish you really good luck with your device, and I want to taste it and taste it one day. So holding
you get it.
This stone, I wish you all the best.
Awesome.
Maybe you will make after the a very nice music. When they go off our homepage, they make
yeah, it'll probably be like not as nice as this horrifying frequency here.
Yeah.